Hello, everyone, and welcome to another interview for Leadership Unscripted. I'm your host, Ileana Rojas, and today I'm excited and grateful to welcome Bernice Ang. Bernice, you're a transformational coach and a global leader with over 25 years of corporate and consulting experience across Fortune 100 companies. From leading global marketing and innovation teams to guiding executives through purpose driven change, your impact spans industries and continents. Today, you empower leaders to amplify their presence, communicate with influence, and lead with clarity and purpose. With your whole person coaching approach grounded in strategy, empathy, and results, you help leaders create authentic brands that inspire action. You're an extraordinary coach, and I am thrilled to have you with us today. Thank you.
Thanks, Ileana.
So let's jump right in. And I would love to hear from you. How does your chapter reflect the intersection of your experience as a seasoned leader and your current work as an executive coach?
It's just a good reminder that our lives are journeys, right? It's always unfolding, it's taking different twists and turns, and it's not a destination. But oftentimes we behave as if life is something that we have to hurry up and get there. And we think that, oh, when we get there, we're going to be happy, right? And I reflect on my own career in my own life. My early to mid career was all about achieving and proving and trying to get there. And it could be the next promotion, the next expat assignment. And I always thought that when I get there, life will be great. And what I learned throughout the journey is that wherever you go, there you are. And that means that it's really choosing to be fully present and happy where you are. And it's really about learning how to be and being comfortable with my own skin, right? It's like initially I was very much about I'm not enough. I need to prove this. I need to demonstrate that. And the more I learned about what it is to be and accepting and embracing my own imperfections and humanity, we all are imperfect, and forgiving myself and forgiving other people and discovering and living and expressing my purpose, it becomes so much of an ease and flow, and it becomes an act of creation rather than constantly achieving and constantly chasing.
I love what you're saying, and you're right. I think the recognizing that we are on an eternal journey and learning from it, and the power of choice, I've always found fascinating to truly embrace that within us. So thank you for mentioning that and for sharing that in your journey during your beautiful chapter. And I think you touch on that's a great segue to the next question in terms of what do you think with everything that's happening and the ever changing, landscape and in the workplace, what do you believe today's leaders need to unlearn to be able to lead more powerfully and authentically?
Hmm. Unlearning is such a good word because we all spent a lot of time and energy learning things, right? And some of the things we learned is being action oriented, goal oriented, being driven and pushing for more. And I feel that that is the one thing we need to unlearn, not in terms of completely dropping it, but balancing doing with being. And the difference between doing and being is the focus and the way of being. When you're focused on doing, it's very much about what are the outcomes, what are the goals, and we are fixated on problem solving. But when we focus more on being, it's really about being present in the moment, being fully aware, and accepting what we cannot change, right? And discerning what it is that we can actually impact, and those things that are outside of our control, learn to accept. And that is something that really frees us up to be curious and go with the flow rather than fighting and resisting, which leads to burnout. And we hear about people nowadays, right? A lot of people uh, being very, very driven into the ground. And how we could shift that is learning to step back, exhale, and balance what we're up to in life with a give and flow, and a give and take, and an ebb and flow between doing and being, which is being more open, curious, and going with the moment rather than forcing outcomes.
That is beautiful, and I think it's very important to recognize and understand that, like you say, we're seeing more and more how leaders and just people in general in the workforce are are suffering from all of these pressures. And we were clearly seeing a dramatic evolution in leadership. I mean, we've seen it now for decades, but I think at this point in time, it's a pivotal moment in terms of how leadership needs to shift in the current evolving world. So, how do you hope that this book can help contribute to that broader conversation about leadership?
I hope that leaders learn to seek fulfillment rather than just chase success. Because all of us, very early in life, we're trained to just go for the gold, right? We're always chasing, we're always wanting to have more, and we think that by having more, that brings workability and happiness and peace in our lives. And what I discovered through my journey, as well as seeing other people's journey, is success needs to be defined in your own terms based on what's important to you. And for different people, it's different things. And so discovering what is meaningful to you, what gives your life a sense of meaning and purpose, is what will free you up and give you joy and fulfillment. So if we all focus on what is it that fulfills me, and what is it that I can contribute that will put my gifts to their highest use and have the greatest impact on people I care about, then it will make such a big difference in the world.
Absolutely. And I think that is a common thread amongst many others throughout the stories of the book. So I completely agree with you. I think that is an important reflection and awareness on one as they go through the book. So I hope that readers enjoy that too. So you have a beautiful, beautiful chapter where you share your own experience, like many of our co-authors are sharing their own experience. And I found that through those narratives, through those deep journeys that we share, that maybe sometimes we are very open about them or not so much, but that's how people connect with us, and that's how people see themselves reflected in their own journeys. So, if readers walk away with just one message from your chapter, what would you want it to be?
Mm. It's recognizing that the key to happiness and fulfillment is living a life that is earned. And it's earned by expressing your purpose fully, day in, day out. And in order to do this, it requires work and courage, right? Because uh, work in the sense of you need to become self-aware. You need to know what is it that's meaningful to me, and you need to learn how to channel your energy and manage your emotions and not do things by reactiveness, but by intention and commitment, and aligning your actions with your intentions every single day, every single moment. So it really is an exercise in self mastery. And the more we are mindful and aware of, here are the things that truly matter to me in life, the more we can focus our energy on these things rather than keep chasing things based on other people's expectations and seeking validation from other places. It's important to be grounded on what is important and meaningful to us and looking towards the end of life, right? If I were 99 years old, looking back, what would I feel is a life well lived? And to not have any regrets. And to do that, you have to start now and earn it every single day.
That is so important and definitely something that comes through not only through your journey, but through the very detailed advice in your chapter. So I'm really, really excited for people to read that and to read all of the rest of the stories. Thank you so much, Bernice, for sharing your journey, for sharing your wisdom and your expertise with our readers and with everybody that's out there, because I'm truly, I know that they will benefit from it. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I can't wait to read your story as well.
Thank you, Bernice. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us for another session of Leadership Unscripted. And don't miss out all the other chapters. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day wherever in the world you are.
Bye.